So, good evening, all of you, and welcome to today's webinar. This is the last day of our webinar series with Ka Homeopathy Study Group in collaboration with Homeopathy 360. We started this series on 25th of October 2020 with the name to promote homeopathy, a holistic art of healing through this webinar series. And we hope that we came up to the expectations of our viewers as well as our audience and throughout the series as well as all the sessions. We hope we could give you something good and knowledgeable. And also, I would like to welcome you all to the today's session. I, Dr. Yashika Arora, feel privileged enough to be the moderator of today's session for all of you. And I'm really glad to have you all here, as well as I want to thank the director of BHMS Publishers, Mr. Manish Jain, who has given us this platform to organize this webinar series and is promoting homeopathy throughout this lockdown period through these webinars. I would also like to thank the organizers and the organizing committee, the whole team of Ka Homeopathy Study Group, Kavitha Holistic Approach, who have supported this webinar and have given Homeopathy 360 an opportunity to collaborate with the Homeopathy Study Group and organize this wonderful webinar series. So I'm really thankful to Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor ma'am, Dr. Shweta Singh ma'am, Professor Regina ma'am, Dr. Deepak Sharma sir, and all the team members who have been associated with this webinar series, and all the people who have been associated with all the speakers who have been with us, and all the delegates also who joined us for this webinar series. So I'm thankful to all of you. And now I think it's high time that we should begin the session. But before we begin the session, I want to guide you all that you have a chat box on your screens wherein you can type the queries, whatever queries you have, you can type in the chat box, and we'll be discussing them in the end of the webinar. We'll also we have two sessions today, so we'll be going through all both the sessions today, and then we'll be in the end we'll be discussing the questions. You can post your queries in the chat box, we'll be discussing them in the end. And also I would like to inform you as well as request you to kindly visit the website of Homeopathy 360 and Kavitha Holistic Approach. That is www.homeopathy360.com and www.kavithahomeo.com. So on both the websites, we are trying our level best to promote homeopathic knowledge and update people about the homeopathy. We are trying our level best to take homeopathy to another level. And I, on behalf of Homeopathy 360, would like to request you all to kindly send your articles and research papers, case studies, and anything you want to raise a voice as a voice for homeopathy. So you are always welcome. We'll be happy to publish the same on our website. You're also welcome to submit articles for Homeopathic Heritage. That is a peer-reviewed journal of BJN Publishers. So for the same, you can mail me at yashika@homeopathy360.com or hheditor@bjn.com. So thank you so much, and I think I should introduce the lady behind this webinar series, and I am glad that I have this privilege for the whole series that I was able to introduce her and welcome her to the session and inaugurate the session. But before I introduce about her, I'm sorry, I think I forgot. So I would like to request Professor Regina ma'am to begin the session with this Gayatri mantra. I'm so sorry, I would have started it at once. So please, ma'am, begin the session.
Thank you. Om Budvat Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Jimahi Jiyo Yona Prachodaya. Many blessings to the universe. Thank you for this great opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your positivity. And you are a fighter, and we are always getting inspiration from you. So thank you so much. And now I take this opportunity to welcome our organizer and the lady who have planned this whole series. None other than Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor, ma'am. She's a homeopathic practitioner from India and completed her BHMS in the year of 1995 from University of Health Sciences, Andhra Pradesh. She moved to USA in 1998 and has been practicing homeopathy since then. She served several homeopathic organizations during this past 10 to 15 years, pro bono as board member, administrator, advisor, president, COO. She's the board certified alternative medical practitioner from American Alternative Medical Association, and she mentors students, conducts lectures on homeopathy and homeoprophylaxis internationally and nationally. So also she has conducted more than 50 plus monthly professional webinars providing HNA CEU, integrating world-renowned homeopaths from around the globe. In the US, she is a certified classical homeopath CCH, outreach coordinator of CHC PR committee, registered member of NASH, certified HP supervisor, and the president and CEO of Kavitha Holistic Approach, as well as the founder and director of Ka Homeopathy Study Group. She is the lifetime member of National Center for Homeopathy and also Liga Medicorum Homeopathica Internationalist member. She's also doing a lot of uh, self. She's also doing a lot of social service and is a member of Friendly Foundation, serving poor people in greater needs in India, and she's supporting and promoting lots of charity services in North America as well. So we have this lady, very down to earth, very sweet, very humble, very soft spoken with us. I would like to request her to please introduce about today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Many blessings, Dr. Yashika, for beautiful introduction, and I give all the credit to Ka Homeopathy Study Group team. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ka webinar series in collaboration with Homeopathy 360. I want to sincerely thank Manish Jain, the Managing Director, and Dr. Yashika for giving this great opportunity to Ka to share holistic approaches of healing through energy medicine. Dr. Yashika is very sweet, dedicated, inspiring to all young homeopaths. He is doing amazing job and working very hard on this webinar series. I cannot believe that today is the last day of our series. I thought it is the second day. I congratulate Manish Jain, Dr. Yashika, and entire Homeopathy 360 team for the great accomplishments. It's a wonderful platform connecting homeopaths around the globe with the latest updates, events, job opportunities, materials, and many more with the best online services. I highly recommend everyone to be part of Homeopathy 360, and you can visit the website homeopathy360.com. Ka Homeopathy Study Group is the first homeopathy pro bono study group from United States that has come up with this new concept of uniting world-renowned practitioners throughout the globe. And Ka mission and vision is very unique to inspire young homeopaths, mentoring, providing excellence in educational purpose of holistic approach by conducting professional continuing educational webinars. Following the principles of classical homeopathy, Ka celebrates stage 4 cancer survivors through inspirational book talks. And we have few like on November 8th, Dr. Manchanda and Kathy Lemon will be coming on Ka webinar, and on November 15th, Karen Allen. For more information, you can visit kavithakihomeo.com. Today we have two young dynamic homeopathic speakers for this webinar. And first, let me take privilege to introduce Dr. Sravani MD, who did her BHMS from JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, where I studied in Telangana in 2015. She is very soft, kind, and she is expert in scientific newsletters and a great resource of Ka Homeopathy Study Group. She did her MD in Department of Organ of Medicine from JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad, Telangana in 2019. Presently, she is working as Assistant Professor, Department of Community Medicine, Hamsa Homeopathic Medical College Hospital Research Center, Telangana. She runs her own practice and she is very successful in it. And we have another speaker, Dr. Poonam Chablani, who is an experienced homeopath. She is very kind, always willing to help, and promotes Ka Study Group in social media. She completed her bachelor's in medicine from NHMC, Delhi in 1993 and PG NIHFW. She is a Reiki Grandmaster. She is Director of Homeopathic Cardiology of India, HCI, under guidance of founder Padma Shri Awardee Dr. K. Agarwal, President HCFI, ex-IMA President, cardiologist, and part of many cardiology camps with HCFI. She is a part of HIV and AIDS awareness campaigns, pulse polio immunization campaigns, and she has got many awards, National Excellence Awards by HCFI, to name few. Dr. Jugal Kishore Award, Dr. Hanuman Award, Appreciation Award by Board of Homeopathic System of Medicine, Award by Health Minister Shripad Nayak on World Homeopathy Day, April 2016 at International Convention of LMHA, and Chikitsa Jeevaratna Puraskar Award 2019 by Delhi government and on July 21st, 2019. She has published several articles for journals, and we welcome both these doctors to our webinar, and I would like Dr. Sweta and Professor Regina to add few more um, details about them, please.
Your audio is off, Regina ma'am. Your audio is off.
Thank you for this great opportunity of being together in togetherness with such enlightened minds and people that think alike are present. And I take the opportunity to enjoy both rich contents that you are bringing to the 360 Homeopathy and Ka Homeopathy Study Group. Many blessings and thank you for this great opportunity. Namaskaram.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also request the Chief Administrator of Ka Homeopathy Study Group, Dr. Shweta Singh, ma'am, to kindly say a few words about our speakers of the day before we
Thank
begin this
you.
session.
Thank you, Dr. Yashika. This may be our last webinar, but not the least. And this is our privilege to learn uh, from these learned speakers and who are doing a beautiful work in homeopathy and as well as for Dr. Poonam with Reiki. So I'm looking forward for a great learning today and all the best to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for so nice words. And I think we can start with the presentation now. And our audience is also excited to learn from our great speakers. So, first speaker we have Dr. Sravani ma'am with us. So, I would like to request her to take the session from now. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Yashika. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Kavitha Madam and Homeopathy Study Group for giving me this opportunity, and the Homeopathy 360 for giving this opportunity for us to present these pre-webinar series. So I'm Dr. Sravani, BHMS MD. I have completed my BHMS from JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad, Telangana in 2015. And I have completed MD in Department of Organ of Medicine from the same college, JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad, Telangana in 2019. Presently, I'm working as Assistant Professor in Department of Community Medicine, Hamsa Homeopathic Medical College, Hospital and Research Center, Telangana. So today's my topic is homeopathy as holistic way of healing. So, things to be discussed today are what is holistic approach. First, we'll discuss about what is the holistic approach. Then, why we call homeopathy. Sorry, some disturbance. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you properly.
Okay. Okay, today we'll be discussing first, what is the holistic approach? Then, why we call homeopathy a holistic approach, and next is how mind, body, soul are connected. So first coming to the holistic approach. Like holistic approach is present from many decades, as we in Indian culture, in Ayurveda, Rig Veda, and those all, we study about the holistic approach. The word holism comes from the Greek words like holos means whole. The philosophy defines the term holistic as being characterized by belief that the parts of something are intimately interconnected and explicable only by referring to the whole. Here, the philosophy says that the parts of something are intimately connected and form the whole, which we refer it as whole. So the word whole here we use the word whole. Here it is used in the technical sense to mean something which is more than the sum of its parts. So whole means just not the sum, the parts which are present. It is more than that. So we consider it as a whole. Like for example, we take a machine and a person. Machine is made up of some screws and nuts. We can open everything and we can join again. But coming to the person, like if we can't open the person and we can't separate the brain, we can't separate every part of the person. So we have to consider whole. Whole is nothing but which is prior to the parts. Coming to the according to the medicine, it is defined by the treatment of whole person. Means treatment of whole person means taking into account mental, social factors rather than just the symptoms of the disease. Here, rather than the disease, we give importance to his mental state and the social factors around him, the environmental factors. Holism, in brief, tries to link the man to his body, mind, and the environment he is living and their interactions. Here, holism means we consider not only the body, but mind, body, and the environment in which he is living and their connections. Coming to the health, according to World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Here, even the WHO definition says that health is a combination of physical, chemical, and even social well-being. So, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. If he is having any physical complaint, even if he's having physical complaint and is mentally all right or socially well-being, it doesn't mean that he is healthy. If he is appearing completely healthy, like he doesn't have any effect over the body, but his mental ability is affected, then also we say that he is not in a health. So coming to why is homeopathy a holistic approach? So why we consider homeopathy as a holistic approach? To claim a system to be holistic, it should have a holistic view about health, disease, therapeutics, which are very essential criteria. So to call a system it is holistic, it should have the holistic view of health, disease, and therapeutics. These all which are present in our homeopathy. Homeopathy holistically comprises of, it has the phenomena of the disease, patient, and the treatment. Even the treatment, we consider the patient as a whole. And homeopathy looks for the cause of the disease in the totality of the human being, the physical, mental, and emotional status. This means that the whole human being as a unity of mind, body, as the unity of body and mind. Mind is the center of attention. So here in homeopathy, we consider like mind, body, his physical characters, his emotional status, and everything. Now coming to the concept of disease. Here, so we have already, I have already said that it should be have the holistic concept of health, holistic concept of disease, and a holistic concept of therapeutics. Coming to the holistic concept of disease, the derangement of the vital force is termed as sickness, and it is the whole man that is sick. So here what he is saying is the whole man is sick and to be restored to health, nor his body nor his tissues. Here the whole man has to be restored to the sick, not restored to the health, not his body or his tissues. The real sick man is prior to the sick body. And coming to the concept of cure, even in cure, we see the holistic concept. Like in aphorism 8, Hahnemann says, removal of totality of symptoms constitute the cure. There cannot be left in the interior as of disease if the entire collection of perceptible phenomena disappears permanently and normal health is restored. So, if we remove the disease completely from the interior, we can restore the health and the disease completely disappears. Coming to the even physician, he should be in a holistic way. Like the physician not only think about the disease and the medicine, he should even think about the patient's environment in which he is living. Like according to the aphorism 4, physician who is concerned with promoting the welfare through educational means and encouraging the self-care as well as relating illness with the holistic approach. So even the physician not only should consider the disease and the medicine, even he should advise the patient to what is good to him, what is bad to him, everything. He should, in a holistic way, he has to take care of the patient. Now coming to the case taking. Like in homeopathy, even the case taking, we take like history of patient. And like these are the things which we consider and these form the patient as a whole. Here, history of the patient, his modalities, physical generals, mental generals, past history, family history, physical examination and diagnosis. Here in case taking, we even consider the past history from his birth, even from the womb of the mother. From there, we consider the history, his past history, the diseases which he suffered. And coming to the family history, even we consider the family. If there is any disease in the family, like some genetic disorders will be running in the family. So we have to consider even the family history for holistic way. And we have to know the physical examination, like the details of the patient. And even diagnosis. Like coming to the homeopathy, everyone thinks that diagnosis is not important. They only take the symptoms of the patient. They only give the medicine to the based on the symptoms. It doesn't require any diagnosis. But we should not neglect the diagnosis also. Like it is also useful for prognosis, for assessing the prognosis of the patient. The medicine which we gave, is it acting or not? We can know that. So even the case taking present in the homeopathy is in a holistic way. Like coming to the medicine, like how our medicines are in the holistic way. Like homeopathic materia medica is the embodiment of the true holistic pharmacological work. This is only holistic therapeutic tool available for the treatment at present in any system of medicine. Comparing to the other systems of medicine, in homeopathy, our materia medica depends, it follows the holistic way. Like disease, its whole aspect will be depicted in the materia medica, especially in polycrust. Hence, we have a practical tool to apply the concept of holism in the treatment. Like if you see materia medica, if you take a drug, in that we can find the symptoms from the mind to the extremities. So each and every part, the medicine can treat the complaints of it has the capability of showing it in each complaint. Like In the remedy, we can find mind symptoms, we can find respiratory symptoms, we can find locomotor symptoms, all those. Like coming to the Ken's value of symptoms. Like Ken refers to mental generals, physical generals, and particular generals. And he says mental generals and physical generals are like patient, like we consider patient as a whole. Here, like some patients say, they come with some complaint, like he's having any stomach pain, or like he's having a diabetes or hypertension. Like when we take the case, when we ask him about the mental generals, he says, what is the link between my mindset and my complaint? So, like coming to the physical generals, if we ask about his appetite, his thirst, he even says that what is the relation between these two? Why you are asking them? So, first we have to advise even the patient about the holistic approach, not like how we take the case, how what are required for us for the treatment, and the particular genres also. Like here, I can give some one example. Like when we were studying in UG undergraduate, like from first year we come to the second year, from second year to third year. In second year we learn about the case taking, all those. In what we learn, we have to give importance to the mental generals, physical generals, and particulars. So when we sit in the OP, the patient comes and he says about his particular symptoms, like I'm having the pain in my right knee, or anything like in my hip, or in my back. So like it is the first time taking case in UG level. So what we do is we point out we try to ask about mental generals. We'll pin him, like what happened. So like one patient, like you think the female patient, she said when my husband died, since then I'm getting this pain. But like we took in mental generals, we wrote she's having pain after her husband death, grief, from grief. So after going to the for prescribing the medicine, we went to our senior. When we went to senior, so when he asked the question, what she said, like he was asking what happened, like when it started, then she same answer she said. But when my senior asked her, what she said is like I don't have any grief about my husband's death. Like I'm happy that he's dead because he used to torture me daily. So here what we got to know is the mental generals, we have to know the feeling of the patient, not just referring it. So we have to give importance like that. Coming to the Bonninghausen's concept of disease. Here, even here you can see, according to the Bonninghausen also, we consider everything like personality, individuality of the patient, and the diagnosis. Here he even gives the diagnosis. Diagnosis is important, and the seat of the disease, concomitant, causation, and the modalities and time modalities. These all are important. Right? Here the personality means quiz, the diagnosis quit, UB means seat of the disease, cubist, auxilius, concomitant, curve, by causation, quamado modalities, quando time modalities. And coming to the now I'll be going to the connection between the mind, body, and soul. Not only us like physicians, even the common people should know the mind, body, and soul relationship. Like some patient comes to us and like if you have PCOD problem, he comes to us and she says that I'm having this problem. We ask about her stress levels, all those. She says, why stress is related to my hormones? What is the relation between these two? And if the patient comes like a diabetic patient, he comes and he's already taking the medication, but his glucose levels are high even after taking the medication. And he comes to us, can you reduce my glucose levels? Like when we are asking about the his mind symptoms, all those. He says that what is the relation between these two? You give just to my problem a medicine for my problem. So here, even the general population should know the connection between the mind, body, and soul, and how important that if we have a peaceful mind, happy mind, even our body will be in a healthy way. Here, coming to the mind, body, soul connection. Like mind is person's ability to think and reason, the intellect. Here, the mind is nothing but the way we think, the way we reason, and the intellect of us. Coming to the body. Body is the physical structure. It includes, as you can see in the image, it includes bones, flesh, organs of a person or an animal. Coming to the soul, the spiritual or immaterial part of a human being or animal regarded as immortal. This soul is the immortal thing. So Trinity, these three combination is called the Trinity. So unity, like balance between these three is important to be healthy. So it is in a holistic way, like for everything these should be considered, mind, body and soul. We recognize life in three parts: the body, mind, the spirit. This is a trinity, and this trinity is always present in all life in some form in every part of our organism. So these all three things are present in our life. These three things, we recognize this as life. These forces react in sympathy and are interdependent. These three things are sympathy and are interdependent. The mind, body, and the soul connection is a wonderful thing. Living a life full of vitality requires a connection between the mind, body, and soul. So here, no organ, no tissue. Like we study, chief unit of the human body is cell. No organ, no tissue, no cell, no molecule is interdependent of the activities of the others. But life of each one of these elements is merged into the life of the whole. Here, there is no organ or no tissue, no cell. Everything is interconnected. Each one cell is dependent on the other cell. So everything to work also, they will depend on other cell. So in mutual understanding like that, everyone are interdependent. They cannot be divided. We have to consider that as a whole. The unit of human life cannot be the organ, the tissue, the cell, the molecule, the atom, but the whole organism, the whole man. Here, the unit of human life is nothing but the whole man, not just the organs or the tissues. Coming to the Samuel Hahnemann, what Samuel Hahnemann has said. The patient's emotional state often tips the scales in the selection of the homeopathic remedy. Here, Samuel Hahnemann says that emotional state, it gives the tips for us for the selection of the homeopathic remedy. Hahnemann said that one remedy is needed for one disease. Only one remedy, like single dose, minimum dose, those all. Humans are the existence of Trinity, the soul, the mind, and the body. And the disease also exists at each level, the soul, mind, and the body. As the health is present in these three, even the disease is also present in these three. So, to treat the disease, we have to consider these three things at the same time. Like we can say, there is an invisible communication between your mind and body. We can't say, like our mind says to move hand, we'll move. But we can't say that there is a connection. It is not visible to us. The communication occurs in the form of nerve impulse in the brain, and the biochemical reaction in the body occurs. Like if our mind says to move our hand, there is an nerve impulse. So there occurs some biochemical reaction and we'll move our hand. When you think a thought, the brain translates that thought into an electric impulse that gets sent through the body and causes a biochemical reaction. So when we get a thought, we got some thought. So what does the brain do? It gives an electric impulse. Then that sent through the body and causes a reaction in our body. So we react to that. Here, the biochemical reaction is the way that your body responds to that thought. So here, we said earlier, biochemical reaction. The thought gives an electric impulse that gives a biochemical reaction. So here, the trigger is thought. We thought and we got the reaction. This process happens almost instantaneously, and the more powerful the thought, the more powerful the biochemical reaction. Here you can see how powerful our thought will be. Like that, our biochemical reaction will be. Like, for example, we all have experienced this. Have you ever heard of like some bad news? You heard some bad news and you will feel some sick feeling in our stomach. This is the example for a mind-body connection. Like when you hear on a call or something about some bad news, then what you will feel anxiety. Those all things, anxiety in the stomach, and like if you have a exam, you will be thinking about the exam, and you will be some people will be having the motion sickness. So for 5 minutes they will be going into the bathroom. So this is also a mind-body connection. He doesn't have any stomach upset or nothing, but he's thinking a thought that is the reaction in his body. Like some like if a doctor is measuring your blood pressure, heart rate, the specific hormones before and after a bad news, we could actually measure the impact of that negative thought had on your body. Like when you measure your heart rate or blood pressure or any specific hormones after hearing a bad news. So it can show the impact of the negative thought on your body. The same is true for good news, but in a opposite direction. So like even after good news also, if you check in a blood pressure or heart rate, there will be some change, but it will be in a good way. Like we can say happy thoughts can actually create happy biochemistry. So thinking good will be a good for your body. So good thought will create a healthy body, like that. Now till now we have read about discussed about mind and body. Here we come to the soul. What is the connection? From where does this soul come from? Usually some people doesn't believe that soul is there, like that. In talking about the mind and body, we are still talking about aspects of our life that are tangible. So if we are saying that mind and body, we can see those. Like body we can see, but mind, even though it is invisible, but they are tangible because we can think them and therefore be aware that they are occurred. So mind and body are tangible. Coming to the soul, it is invisible, intangible part of our lives. It is the part that joins our intellect to a greater collective intellect that connects everyone and everything. So soul is an intellect, and it is a greater collective intellect that it connects everything, everyone and everything. Now coming to the quantum physicists have described it best as web of energy or divine matrix. So quantum physicists explain soul as a web of energy or a matrix which are interconnected. In their research to understand the basic laws that govern our world, quantum physicists has found this field of energy that seems to connect everything in the universe. They have observed that this energy is connecting everything in the universe. That field of energy is essentially the field of all of our souls and is the glue holding together everything in our world. So the field of energy is nothing but the souls of our souls, and which are connected by a glue and holding everything as a world in our world together. So, like as already said, it is like a matrix, it is connected. When we disrupt the field through violence or to ourselves, such as repetitive negative thoughts about ourselves or violences to others through anger or jealousy, it is equivalent to putting a drop of poison in that web. So, as I already said, it is like a connection. Everything is connected. So, even a drop of poison would be very dangerous, like it will spread. So, negative thoughts, violence, or any other thing are just like a poison, drop of poison in a web. This web is energy. This web of energy is connected to our mind and body, and eventually the toxins can manifest as the depression or the physical condition. So, if we affect this energy, even if we affect the soul, our mind is disturbed, our body is also disturbed. Disturbed. Like how it reacts. Like the mind has thoughts that trigger an emotional reaction that has the body feeling either good or the bad. So when our mind has a thought, it triggers an emotional reaction. So to that our body reacts. So here what does soul do? The soul communicates to us through our emotions. If we experience good feelings like happiness or joy, our vibration starts to rise and support us to create the life we desire if we have the good feelings. If the event or the situation evokes negative emotion, that is fear, anger, our vibrations decrease and we find our like ourselves telling a story or like blaming others or justifying why we feel the way we do. So good feeling and bad feelings, even these affect like how they affect and how the soul communicates to us. Like coming to this, the stressful situation causing negative thoughts can lead to the physical pain or illness. So if we are having a stressful situation, it can cause negative thoughts. So it causes physical pain or illness. It's important to maintain the healthy balance between mind and body and soul by nurturing your whole self, including your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. Here, like we do, like nowadays, like for decreasing our, for fitness, we go for running, we go for gym, we do everything to maintain our body. But to maintain our mind, we doesn't practice yoga or meditation. So it is important even to nurture our mind, like our soul. So by what we can do? By doing some activities like yoga or meditation. So nurturing your whole self, including your physical, mental, and emotional, spiritual needs. We have to do all these things. Good health is not just the physical body. Here, good health doesn't mean that only looking good, like physically good, doesn't mean that it's good. Good health. Our body and mind is interconnected and affect each other. So here, if we have a pain, even our mind will be in a irritated form or disturbed. Like even if we have the any thought in our mind that may affect our body, so they are interconnected. So healthy mind helps to create a healthy body. Healthy body is important if you want the healthy mind. So these two are interconnected. Like here you can see you are the captain of your body. You have the power to change and turn your life around by learning how to manage your mind. So here you are the captain and you can learn how to change your mind in negative situations. It starts by taking responsibility for where you are at and deciding and committing to change. So if you change your mind, the soul will support you by providing emotions that hold a gift of healing and learning. So here what we refer is everything is in our hands. We can change our mind and we can be healthy. For example, here is an example like well-educated, slender and attractive Julie seems to have it all. She has a PhD, interesting career and good friends. So everything is great here, but not exactly. Julie even has the diabetes. And while she loves her job, she feels anxious about running a business. She often gets angry and scolds her colleagues or even the workers under her for small mistakes. Even scarier, despite careful monitoring of her blood sugar, she finds herself in coma once or twice a month. What's going like even she's conscious about her health, about her blood sugars, but for every month she is to going to coma once or twice in a month. So what is the reason for that? Like it turns out to be that despite Julie generally healthy habits, her anxiety prevents her from paying attention to the clues of her body, gives her when her blood sugar is too low. So when we are having a too blood sugar low, our body gives signs, some of the signs. We should not neglect them. So under anxiety, Julie has neglected the uh, clues which her body has given. So due to that, she was affected. On her doctor's advice, what Julie has tried mindful based stress reduction classes. This mindful based stress reduction classes are nothing but yoga and the meditation, along with her regular diabetic care program. After these practices, she has slowed down and actually she started paying to her attention to her body. So Julie begins to notice when her blood sugar is dropping, so she can eat to prevent herself from going into the diabetic coma. So here, what she has done, she practiced some meditation so that she can control her mind. So later on, she gradually noticed her levels. Like when blood sugar was going down, her body used to give some clues and she used to follow. She also finds it easier to control her diabetes with insulin, probably because reducing her anxiety helps reduce her stress hormones. Her anger, a product of her stress, also fades away. So here, the Julie story is a good example for mind-body connection. This means that our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes can positively or negatively affect our biological functions. In other words, our minds can affect how healthy our bodies are. So, on the other hand, what we do with our physical body, what we eat, how much we exercise, even our posture can impact our mental state, again positively or negatively. If only not the bad thought, even affecting our body, like having the junk food and not doing the exercise and not sitting properly, these all can even affect the mental state positively or negatively. Like nowadays, the non-communicable diseases are there. Those are nothing but lifestyle disorders. We can change them by our adaptations, like avoiding, like for obesity, avoiding the junk food, all those. And like those all we can prevent going into a chronic stage. So our mind and body should be in a proper way. As they are connected, they affect one another. This results in a complex interrelationship between our mind and bodies. Here, the mind and the body are not separate. What affects one affects the other. So we have to maintain a balance between them. The last thing I would say is a healthy mind helps to create a healthy body. And a healthy body is important if you want a healthy mind. So here is end of my session. And I would like to thank Dr. Kavitha ma'am, Kavitha Kukunoor ma'am, and Dr. Yashika, Resina ma'am, and Shweta ma'am, and even the Poonam ma'am for sharing this session with me. And even I thank Homeopathy 360 and the Ka family for giving me this opportunity to speak. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are thankful to you for such a great presentation. It was so lively and beautifully explained. So I think now I should request our second speaker, with permission of Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor, ma'am, Regina ma'am, and Shweta ma'am. Can we request our second speaker, to kindly take the session?
Sure, Dr. Yashika. Well done, Dr.
Thank
Stravani.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I request Dr. Poonam, ma'am, our second speaker, Dr. Poonam Chablani, ma'am, to please take the session from now. Over to you, ma'am.
Can I start my screen share?
You can start the screen share, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible as well as visible. We can see your screen. You can start the session. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. You can begin. If you want, you can just hide that pop-up which is coming. Hide. Just click on hide. That pop-up on your
Yes,
screen
yes, I will do it. I
down.
will do it. It's okay now?
Yes, ma'am. You can start. Thank you so much.
First of all, I welcome all of you. I want to thank Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor, AHA Homeopathic Study Group, and Mr. Manish Jain, Homeopathic 360, for organizing free webinar series and giving me the opportunity for today. My topic for today is difficult cases treated with homeopathy and Reiki. Myself, Dr. Poonam Chablani. I've done my BHMS from NHMC Delhi. I've done my PG from NIHFW. I've done Diploma in Naturopathy, Diploma in Yoga. I'm a Reiki Grandmaster. I started my career with Dr. Jugal Kishore's clinics. Today's agenda. What is a difficult case or the learning experiences? How to approach it, the proper case taking. Homeopathy, why, when, how, and follow. Reiki, why, when, how, and follow. And my experience with difficult cases. Next, difficult cases or the learning experiences. In homeopathy, the most interested cases are not the ones that you solve easily. The cases that you don't solve easily are always remembered and often provide you an opportunity for learning. Every case gives you a new learning experience, but tough ones are always remembered. O is for the obstacle to cure. You have to change it to opportunity to learn. What do? You ask for the guidance. Outside guidance from the teachers, from your seniors, your colleagues. Inside guidance from the divine, Reiki, intuition, and prayer that leads you to the proper case taking, to find the simillimon, and to finally treat the patient. In homeopathy, there are two important books, Homeopathic Philosophy and the Organon. Organon is called the Bible of Homeopathy. In Homeopathic Philosophy, Dr. Kent has mentioned difficult and incurable cases. I would read the bold lines only. In these difficult cases, When you have zigzagged the patient for a number of years, you will find his symptoms become more definite and striking and more clearly understood. I have found in such instances that time has done much, and that I had little trouble then to grasp the case and make rapid progress. In addition to that, she comes back with a patient's state of mind which is more helpful to the physician than to her. The confidence of the patient helps the physician to find the right remedy. His mind works much better when he feels he is trusted. The confidence of the patient sharpens his intelligence. All this is discussed in lecture 37 in the book Lectures on Homeopathic Philosophy by Dr. Kent. This slide is from the Organon of Medicine, section 1 to 294. Organon is divided, as you all know, in two parts: theoretical part from 1 to 70 and practical from 71 to 294. In theoretical part, the mission of the physician and the highest ideal of the cure, 1 to 2, the requisite knowledge of the physician in 3 to 4, knowledge of the disease in 5 to 18, knowledge of the drugs from 19 to 21, application of the drug knowledge to disease knowledge 22 to 27, knowledge of the choice of the remedy, different modes of the treatment, superiority of homeopathic therapeutics in 28 to 70. In the practical part, it is divided into the 3 points necessary for curing in 71, classification of the diseases 72 to 82, case taking in 83 to 104, knowledge of medicinal power, that is ascertaining its curative power by drug proving in 105 to 145. The most suitable method of employing medicines to the patient in 146 to 261. The allied problems of the treatment is further divided into the diet in the acute disease 262 to 263, preparation of the medicines in 264 to 271, administration of the medicines and mesmerism in 293 to 294. Next slide I have taken as a case taking. I will just go with the basic thing, the general directions, special directions, and next duty of the physician. We'll discuss this in further slides also. Few important aphorisms that are required to mention here are from the Organon of Medicine. In aphorism 1, the mission of the physician. The physician's high and only mission is to restore the sick to health, to cure as it is termed. In aphorism number 2, it is written highest ideal of cure. It should be rapid, gentle, permanent restoration of the health or removal and annihilation of the disease in its whole extent. It should be the shortest, most reliable, most harmless, and easily comprehensible principles. In section 3, the physician should have the knowledge of disease, knowledge of medicine, application of the drug to the disease, preparation of the medicine, proper dose and repetition of the medicine, an obstacle to cure and their removal, removal of the maintaining causes, miasmatic causes, and the pathological causes. Next comes the important aphorism of section 6. He mentions as unprejudiced observer. A physician should be unprejudiced observer. There should be no preconceived notions. A physician should listen, observe, and have patience. Knowledge of human nature, of the psychology, is important. We have covered the homeopathic part. Now we will start with the Reiki. What is Reiki? It's simple hands-on healing. Re is the universe. Cell and Ki is the life force energy, prana in Sanskrit, and vital force in homeopathy. Reiki was rediscovered by Dr. Mikao Usui, the founder of Reiki, in 19th century. He was a Japanese philosopher, and he used this for healing. Reiki features. It is a spiritually guided life force energy, can never cause harm, energy never depleted because you are using a divine energy, not yours. How does Reiki heal? You just have to ask for the divine. You have to ask for the divine to start Reiki and rub your hands, put your hands on the part that is paining, and you have to ask the Reiki to heal that thing. Your energy will come from your palms and go to the part to heal that pain and improve that block and make the patient feel better. What can be treated? From small to anything big can be treated with Reiki. 5 principles of Reiki. First, just for today, I will live the attitude of gratitude. Second, just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show love and respect to every living thing. Next, healing through Reiki. How? Healing through the hands with the use of mantras, with positive affirmation and the commands, with music meditation under the divine guidance. Who to heal? Heal yourself first. Heal the suffering humanity. Heal the plants, pets, animals, and all the living organisms on the earth, the sky, and the water. Heal anyone who asks for it. Heal someone whose family asks for it. Patient in coma, infant, hospitalized patient, critical care. Healing hopeless cases, giving them hope. Positive effects on human body of the Reiki. It brings the balance between the body, mind, and the soul. Reiki learning levels. Like in homeopathy, we have BHMS course for 5.5 years course to give the treatment to the patient. In Reiki also you can learn Reiki, and there is no specific qualification. Anybody can learn Reiki, but the intent to heal the patient is important. And it can be learned from the Guru. It's a Guru Shishya Parampara is followed. In the same way, it is divided. Reiki is divided into 4 parts: 1, 2, 3, and 4. In one, the education is of the school level, and in two, it's more than that. When you have completed your school, you go ahead to the college. In Reiki 3 and 4 is basically the teaching, and it's of the PhD level. 3 is PhD teaching for 1 and 2, and 4 is teaching for 3 and 4 Reiki. Healing in Reiki 1 is for the self and others, and it is to touch healing. 25 body positions are important, and for 21 days is compulsory. In school, if you say the apple, you want to see it, you want to touch it, and then feel the apple, how it looks. Then when you are promoted to the college, if I say the apple, you will just see the apple. If I say cut it into 4 parts, you will cut it into 4 parts. You can just visualize. You don't have to touch here. The distance healing through mantras in the Reiki tool. You can give Reiki to the photo of a person, to the event, for the travel. You can put Reiki in a Reiki box. There are 4 types of Reiki: Crystal Reiki, Lama Pera, Mani Mantra, and Karuna Reiki. In 3 and 4, we are using Guru Mantras for the healing. Next, the chakras are very important system in the body. Glands, energy chakra. We'll discuss in other slides. Energy flows in the body through chakras, nadis, and meridians. There are 3 major nadis, rivers, that is called Pingla Nadi, the sun, the right nostril, and Ida Nadi, the moon, and the left nostril. Sushma Nadi is flows when Ida and Pingla and chakras are clear. It is the central line. The brain is divided into right brain and the left brain. The right brain is the Shakti and the female dominating. Left brain is Shiva, Shakti, and it's a male dominated thing. Crown, the chakras, the 7 chakras are the wheels of energy. We will discuss in the next slide. This is the main slide of the chakra thing. Every chakra, there are 7 types of chakra, and it is a wheel where no energy is lost. It goes in a circle way. There are 7 types of chakra, and each chakra has a Sanskrit name. Root chakra is named as a Mooladhara. Hara or sacral chakra is known as a Swadhisthana. Solar plexus is named as a Manipura. Heart is known as a Anahata in Sanskrit. Throat is known as Vishuddha in Sanskrit. Third eye is known as Ajna in Sanskrit. Crown chakra is known as Sahasrara in Sanskrit. Each chakra is represented by 7 colors, 7 rainbow colors. In the root chakra, it represents red color. In the sacral chakra, it represents orange. In the solar plexus, it represents yellow color. Heart, it represents green. Throat represents blue. And third eye represents indigo. Crown is the violet. Whenever we do the meditation, we see in the solar plexus is the yellow light. In the heart, we see the greenery around, trees and everything. In the throat, we see the blue sky and the clouds. And third eye and the crown chakra are the spiritual chakras. Every chakra represents a gland and in the endocrine system. Root chakra represents adrenal gland. Hara represents gonads. Solar plexus represents pancreas. Heart represents thymus. Throat represents thyroid. And third eye represents pituitary. Crown represents pineal gland. Every chakra represents a body system, and then we can treat with physically, mentally, and the spiritual level. The root chakra represents urinary system, and there is it represents in endocrine system. We have adrenals or the shock absorbers. The urinary system is covered physically. It covers the spine, kidneys, bladder, and the legs. Any problem of the spine, we have to give healing to the root chakra. And mentally, it is important for the survival, physical vitality, and emergency issue. The root of the plant is important in the same way the root of the human being is important for the survival issues. The hara on the sacral chakra represents in the gland in the gonads. Endocrine system, it represents gonads. Body system is reproductive organs. Physically, anything that is linked to the sexual organs, it can be treated with giving healing to the this chakra. Chakra is important. Center of sexual energy, feelings, seeds of kundalini, and issues related to PMS and everything can be treated here. Solar plexus, endocrine system is pancreas. Body system is digestive system. Physically, liver, stomach, gallbladder, large intestine, appendix. Mentally is the center of power, urge, wisdom. We say Hitler. In the heart chakra, endocrine system is thymus gland. Body system is circulatory. Physically, heart, lungs, blood, liver, arms. Any problem related to this can be treated with by giving healing at this portion. Mentally, for love, affection, compassion, and emotions. The throat chakra, endocrine system, it, it represents thyroid, body system, lymphatic system, physically, throat, upper lungs, digestive tract, bronchial, and the vocal apparatus. Mentally, it is important for your communication, self-expression, and the creativity. The third eye chakra, endocrine system, or the gland, is the pituitary gland. It represents autonomic nervous system, physically hypothalamus, lower brain, spine, left eye, nose and ear. Mentally, it is the center of intuition, telepathy, Shiva's third eye, and seat of will, intellect, and spirit. The crown chakra represents spinal gland. The body system is cerebrospinal nervous system. Physically, upper brain in the right eye. Mentally, seat of intuition. The other thing was center of intuition. This is a seat of intuition. Direct spiritual relation, clairvoyance with our spiritual self. We Now the cases. Case 1 is the aneurysmal bone cyst. Is it okay till now?
Yes, ma'am, it's going good.
Thanks. Case 1 is aneurysmal bone cyst. A 12-year-old male child came to homeopathic OPD with his mother as he was advised surgery again for cyst in the neck of right femur bone. First surgery was done in January 2000 at Apollo Hospital was not successful and the cyst reoccurred. Mentally, the child was not prepared for second major surgery. He was sad, depressed, and in pain, wants to be alone or with the pet dog. Don't want to go to school. Children used to tease him because of limping and using stick to walk as advised by orthopedic surgeon. In the follow-up, X-ray was taken. The cyst was the size of a cricket ball. The femur was thin and it could fracture with the body weight. I talked in the homeopathic for the cyst. The medicines that came in the mind to me was Thuja, Calcarica, Silesia, Heclalava. But I talked to the physicians, the doctors who were seeing, the radiologist and the orthopedic surgeon, We formed a team and discussed the case. And they just asked me one thing, how long it will take to resolve the cyst. I was not very sure. So in the betterment of the patient's condition, we decided to go for the second operation to remove the cyst and mentally prepare the family and the child for the second operation in the betterment of the patient's condition. And it was a good decision we took at that time. I gave homeopathic treatment for the cyst, thus slightly relaxing the patient, but I counseled them for the Reiki sessions. And to my surprise, the first session was very good. The child responded very well to the music therapy, visualization, what made him happy, the mantras, and the positive affirmations. During the first session, the child was happy, no pain for 3 to 4 days, forgot walking stick, further sessions on demand. Family and child were counseled for second surgery. Pre surgery Reiki was done to make him positive. Second surgery was performed. Post surgery Reiki was done to bring the patient back from the anesthesia fast. And he was happy and even he recommended other patients also. After 1 month, walk for a few days, height increased. After 6 months, walked the cycle, danced in the party. And now he has also become a doctor in PhD. These are the investigations that were shared by me. I will go to the conclusion. Cyst in the neck of the right femur. Histology was done. It was suggested a solitary bone cyst. Yeah, the orthopedic surgeon, this is the prescription of Dr. Bajaj, limping since last 3 days, began 1 year ago, on and off. Tender movements are restricted, investigated for TB, results are negative. X-ray of the hip suggests osteolytic expansile lesion of the right femoral neck. Advice to use auxiliary clutches and be absolutely non-weight bearing. He needs admission in the surgery. Apollo Hospital, the bone grafting of the cystic femoral neck, MRI pelvis was done, and the bold points I will read is status is a post-operative bone grafting done for aneurysmal bone cyst within neck or of right femur, residual recurrent lesion within neck of the right femur, medially causing mild expansion with bone grafts within it, with thinning of cortex and small cortical break. X-ray was done, the same aneurysmal bone cyst, this is all the same. These are I've shared. It's not very clear, but still I've shared. And now medically, small in the gist, what is aneurysmal bone cyst is ABC. Aneurysmal bone cyst, ABC, is defined according to the WHO as benign cystic lesion of the bone, consisting of blood-filled cavities and separated from each other by septa of connective tissue containing fibroblasts, giant cells, and osteoclast reactive trabecular bone. This is a benign tumor of children and young adults. Its incidence in the general population is 0.14 in 1 lakh inhabitants. The peak incidence is recorded in the second decade of life. It is approximately 1 to 2% of all bone tumors. The ABC may develop on all skeletal bones, but the proximal end of the femur is the most common site. Its etiology remains unknown despite many theories. Clinical signs of ABC have no specificity, sometimes making diagnosis is difficult. Plain radiography is the examination of eyes and allow a probable diagnosis, but only histology can confirm it. We have done it. The testimonials of the patient's mother.
संजीत की मदर हूँ और
Is
मेरे
it audible?
बेटे का 1999 से 2001 तक ट्रीटमेंट चला
Yes,
है
ma'am, it's audible.
तो उसके राइट लेग में फीमर बोन में सिस्ट पाया गया था जो कि डिटेक्ट होने में भी काफी टाइम लग गया 1 साल नियर अबाउट क्योंकि उस दौरान टीबी एंड आर्थराइटिस का ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा था एंड देन डॉक्टर एच.एन. बजाज ने डिटेक्ट किया कि वो सिस्ट है फिर डॉक्टर गुलाटी अपोलो हॉस्पिटल के उन्होंने ऑपरेशन किया जो कि 10 मंथ्स तक भी इतना रिकवर नहीं किया देन अगेन एच.एन. बजाज ने किया और उस समय जब सेकंड ऑपरेशन होने वाला था तो मैं डॉक्टर पूनम से अक्सर मिलती थी क्योंकि वो मेरी फ्रेंड बन चुकी थी, मैं सब कुछ शेयर करती थी। उस समय सेकेंड ऑपरेशन के लिए मेरा बेटा तैयार नहीं था मेंटली, तो उसको मनाने के लिए, पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग के लिए डॉक्टर पूनम से मैंने सजेशन मांगा, हेल्प मांगी। उन्होंने रेकी के लिए मुझे बताया। तब तक मैं रेकी नहीं जानती थी। रेकी हीलिंग पावर इतनी इफेक्टिव है ये मुझे नहीं मालूम था। फर्स्ट टाइम जब उसे रेकी दिया गया तो वो उस समय स्टिक लेके चलता था, विदाउट स्टिक वो घर वापस आया। बस उसके बाद हमने कई सारी सिटिंग्स की एंड देन वो खुद ही बोलने लगा मैं सेकंड ऑपरेशन कराऊंगा। ऑपरेशन के थोड़ा पहले और ऑपरेशन होने के बाद जो वो रूम में आया तब उसको डिस्टेंट रेकी दी गई, और डिस्टेंट रेकी देने के बाद
Just a minute. I'll take a minute. This is in continuation.
डिस्टेंट रेकी देने के बाद मेरे बेटे में एक अद्भुत चेंज आया। वो काफी बेटर फील कर रहा था। ये देख के उसका जो रूम में एक और पेशेंट था उसका भी रॉन्ग ट्रीटमेंट हुआ था और सेकंड टाइम ऑपरेशन हो रहा था, इसलिए एक्सीडेंटल केस था वो, इसलिए उसको उसकी मदर ने भी मेरे से हेल्प मांगी। तो मैंने डॉक्टर पूनम से उसके लिए भी डिस्टेंट रेकी करवाया। उसी दिन उस लड़के का पेन बिल्कुल जैसे छू मंतर हो गया। इसके बाद धीरे धीरे करके कई केसेस मैंने देखे कर किए एंड देन आई फेल्ट कि मुझे भी थोड़ा सीखना चाहिए। तो मैंने डॉक्टर पूनम से सीखा, रेकी फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड सीखा मैंने। मैं अप्लाई भी करती थी। इन दिनों मेरी प्रैक्टिस छूट गई है, लेकिन केसेस मैंने डॉक्टर पूनम के साथ काफी दिए, देखे मैंने। मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ का कैंसर पेशेंट थे, ब्रेन कैंसर था, तो डॉक्टर पूनम ने उनको रेकी दी थी और उससे वो काफी बेटर फील करने लगे थे। और इस तरह से मेरी बेटी का 12th का पेपर, फर्स्ट पेपर मैथ्स था जो बिल्कुल ही बेकार हो गया था। रो रही थी। मैं अगेन बस में चढ़ के बेटी को डॉक्टर पूनम के घर लेके गई, वहाँ रेकी दी गई। उसके बाद वो खूब रोई डॉक्टर पूनम के साथ। उसने कई बातें शेयर की, लेकिन बहुत अच्छे मूड में वापस आई सेकंड पेपर के लिए। बड़े आराम से उसने प्रिपरेशन की। ऐसे छोटे छोटे कितने ही केसेस हो गए। मैं डॉक्टर पूनम की बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। डॉक्टर बजाज भी हैरान हो गए कि मेरा बेटा इतने अच्छे से कैसे ऑपरेशन के लिए राजी हो गया। और आज मेरा बेटा बिल्कुल स्वस्थ खड़ा है, जॉब कर रहा है, ही इज नाउ PhD। तो मैं इस रेकी को एक देवता नहीं, एक हीलिंग पावर, स्ट्रॉन्ग हीलिंग पावर, पॉजिटिवनेस वाली, जो कि बहुत आशावादी है, हर इंसान के लिए बोलती हूँ कि इसको सीखना भी चाहिए, अप्लाई भी करना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
I urge everyone to imagine the state of mind of a 13-year-old boy when one day he gets selected in school basketball team and the very next day it was told to him that his leg needs to be operated due to cyst formation in neck of right femur. Before getting this news, I used to have immense pain in my right leg. It took almost 2 years before it was detected what exactly was wrong with me. For those 2 years, I was treated for arthritis and bone TB, not being sure if the treatment improved my condition. But one thing I am sure of is that I was mentally tired of all the different forms of tests. It was exhausting for me to have medicines the first thing in the morning after waking up and the last thing of the day before sleeping. My male friends used to make fun of me and bully me because I used to limp, and on the other hand, my female friends used to pity me. I could not understand why my condition was not improving. There was a hospital near my home, and my mother used to go there as and when required. One day I went with her, and I met a kind lady, a lady doctor. She saw my condition, studied previous reports, and gave me medicines. But one thing she offered was alternate therapy in form of Reiki. It was magic for me. The first session was an experience I can never forget in my life. She plugged earphones in my ear and pushed play button of her Walkman. I heard soft, gentle instrumental music playing. But one thing that touched me was the sound of nature. Something like that you hear in forest with birds chirping and waterfall. With her soft, soothing voice, she instructed me to be relaxed and go to my happy place. And all I could imagine was that of me being present in the forest. I was happy, running, playing with my dog, dancing with my family members. It was such a relief. But one thing I felt was of the wonderfully comforting warmth. I was so happy and relieved that I didn't want the session to end ever. When I came back to this mortal world from my safe haven, the immediate thing I felt was that of no pain and lots of happiness. I walked without any limp, and the pain, that is why I say Reiki had magical effect on me. The sense of positivity it provided was very much required for a young 13-year boy who was physically and mentally exhausted of being ill for so many years. Several Reiki sessions continued after the first experience, both pre and post of my surgeries. The sessions pre my first or even my second surgery did help me relieve physical pain and improve my condition. The warmth and positivity I used to feel can never be explained in the words. I became much more confident, and staying at home, being bedridden post my operation became much easier. I used to be small lanky kid with no hunger and motivation.
This is the same audio in the written form. In the next case now, case 2, PCOD and infertility. 30-year-old female came to me with a PCOD plus hypothyroid. She was unable to conceive, married at 26 years, that is 4 years ago. In the allopathic treatment, she was taking allopathic treatment since 3 to 4 months. Ultrasound monitoring, ovulation monitoring was done, hormonal tablets were given, HSG, one tube was blocked, she was non-diabetic on glyphosate, advised blood sugar control, family history, father was diabetic, and a history of failed IUI. She came to homeopathic treatment as she was tired of allopathic treatment. No response was there, doctor was far. She was reluctant for any further investigations. I gave treatment for UTI, the basic medicine, the Kempris, and I gave something to relax her, Kali for 6 years. The most important thing I did was just listening to her. I advised her to relax, rest, deep breathing, to read about Reiki. After 3 weeks, the pregnancy was positive. She informed me on the phone. After 3 months, spotting occurred, and she was advised strict bed rest by gynae. Patient called for homeopathic treatment and Reiki. Reiki healing was done at home as she was advised strict bed rest. She slept during the session. She was at peace. Reiki 1 was taught to relax and to maintain the pregnancy. Bleeding stopped. Pregnancy continued and she delivered a healthy baby boy. This is the testimonial of patient in the writing, and this is in the audio form. I'll just play. It's a very short thing.
Please continue to touch lives of many people with your miraculous healing hands as you have touched my life. Because of you, my dream came true of becoming a mother. Thank you so much.
Next case, case 3 is a difficult delivery. My Reiki student, a psychologist, she was taught Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 beforehand for further professional learning. She called me during pregnancy to give her Reiki healing. She was admitted to a hospital and was told they will be doing cesarean, so she called me for the Reiki for normal delivery. In the follow-up case, the Reiki was given. For normal delivery without much discomfort and pain, she delivered in 2 hours. She had Reiki. She had asked me Reiki initially also to sleep 1 day prior to the delivery, and she had taken even after that. She demanded Reiki for delayed job promotion. In, she got interview call and promotion in future. This is the testimonial of the patient. Just short.
Hello everyone. This is my immense pleasure to share my case here in this forum, and the amount of help and support I have got from Dr. Poonam Chablani is one of my great experiences of my life. Um, she helped me when I was in sheer need of help, and my two occasions of my life I had gone for her Reiki healing, and I found it pretty useful in my case. First time I got it for my pregnancy period, and all through my pregnancy period she taught me Reiki healing to practice, which I did practice, and I can mention that my entire pregnancy was even less, and I was keeping healthy, and baby was keeping healthy, and everything were fine. Specifically, I would like to mention for the day of my delivery of the baby. I wanted to go for normal delivery, and I think I had taken healing for that normal delivery, and I think my normal delivery was possible because of this Reiki healing, because the situation fully evolved, and it was really a normal delivery without much discomfort and pain and suffering. Just it was 2 hours of labor pain, two and 2.5 hours of labor pain, and I delivered a baby fully healthy and normal. And I was also doing pretty normal and recovered pretty fast after the delivery also. So that was the great experience for me. And even the previous night of the delivery, I was unable to, I was anticipating that I may not be able to sleep properly, and with a lot of discomfort and issues. So Reiki healing helped me sleeping previous night, as well as feeling comfortable and keeping me healthy on that day. So it was a great experience for me, and I think my very comfortable and soothing delivery was possible because of this healing process. The next, I had taken an opportunity of taking Reiki healing when I was that time it was my related to my job, and I was there were a lot of complications and difficulties in the job setup, and which I was not getting my promotion in due time. It was long due, and some or the other way, some reason, it was getting disturbed, and I think lastly I had gone for that opportunity to take the Reiki healing, and surprisingly it went well. The interview, etc., was conducted. That was not taking place actually. So after taking this Reiki healing, interview, etc., was conducted, and my interview went well, as well as within a very short period of time that promotion list came out, and yes, of course, I got that promotion, uh, and it was really, really a nice experience. And I would mention here, I would like to mention here. With enormous joy and happiness that I have received. I have got a lot of benefit of after practicing Reiki in my daily living activities, in my daily work and daily life. And thanks for that to Dr. Poonam Chablani. And yeah, thank you all.
Next case is the case number 4, ovarian cyst. I've taken the important extract to make it short from the case 4. Uh, she was a female with the ovarian cyst. She came to me and she cried a lot during the session. I just couldn't, she said in her words, I cried a lot during the session. I just couldn't control my emotions and tears. I was getting a little conscious and then let them flow. Upon hearing that, I was at ease and let my inhibitions, pains, and uneasiness go. It was so relaxing that I slept off also. And I was running around in after the session. This was during the session. After the session, I was running around instead of that limp walk of months now, and it wasn't hurting me at all. And that was the Reiki moment for me. After the second session, my condition improved very much. This is the audio, but I think I can move further, and if time shows, I can play. The next case is case number 5, psychiatric case mania. 30-year-old female was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. I received a call from the center that she wants me to visit her as she was my old patient. I had talked nicely to her in my OPD. She was chained in a room, had violent episode with her in-laws, broke TV as she came back from Australia. She was under heavy medication, lithium and many other medicines. I was not allowed to give any medicine by the psychiatrist as she was in the psychiatric center. So I talked about Reiki music, meditation to relax her in front of a counselor there with very good response. Even they referred to more people for treatment and learning it. Further sessions, she was discharged in 4 to 5 days with allopathic medicines to be taken and reduced slowly. Next case, case number 6 is the nephrotic syndrome. A 9-year-old child, she was a topper, DP school topper even when she was sick. She came to me in the OPD with a complaint of hair fall, baldness covered with scarf. She was dull, depressed, no energy, not willing to talk, looking down. I've taken this photo from the internet. She's not actually like this, but just to show you how she looks. She was dull, depressed, no energy, not willing to talk, looking down. She was diagnosed and the treatment was going on from AIMS since few months. She was anemic, hemoglobin was 3, for which she was given repeated blood transfusions. In ultrasound, she was diagnosed with a chronic kidney disease, stage 4, that is end-stage kidney disease. Diet restrictions were there. Water was 1 liter per day allowed and salt was reduced. The child came to me as a doll and she was not responding to my language. To make to make the talk interesting, I asked about her hair. Does she want the hair growth? She immediately became interested and she wanted the hair to grow. In this way, I gave homeopathic medicine for hair growth. According to the condition, I gave the dull, drowsy patient gelsimum also. I gave medicines like sulfur, jaborandi for the hair growth. When she responded, the hair growth started. And for because of she was dull, I told her for the Reiki sessions. I counseled the family and they agreed to it. In the first session of the Reiki, she was showing a very good response. When she came, she was girl, she was not willing to talk. With the Reiki session, she became lively. She was in the when she was told to visualize a happy moment, she was able to visualize herself. She was able to visualize a divine church, and she was dressed like a bride. The other day, she visualized uh, Aarti, Ganga Aarti at Haridwar. The other day, she visualized she was eating rasgullas under the table in the wedding with a friend. The other day, she visualized that she wants to dance on the music. She wants English music. She don't want to lie down for the meditation. And she wants the Reiki session to complete fast. She wants to go for the shopping. The same person who was earlier dull now has become more active and chirpy. She wants many things now. The parents were happy, the child was happy, and the further sessions and the hemoglobin, the blood transfusions were given. The blood transfusion was given. Earlier it was 3, now the hemoglobin raised to 5, and now to 8. Everything was going fine. Now we want to go to the relatives for puja. And when the people are there, the diet restrictions were not followed. After few days, they brought her breathless. Even she was not able to sit. She was very chilly. Seeing her condition, I told them to rush to AIMS back, and they could not save her. Homeopathy and Reiki treatment really helped, but since it was an advanced pathology, we can only give a palliative treatment. In nephrotic syndrome, there are main things like you can have tachycardia, edema that begins in the face, pale skin, fissure, hyperlipidemia, proteinuria, and vomiting. Nephrotic syndrome is mainly what you see. You see proteinuria, hyperlipidemia, hypoalbuminemia, swelling, edema, especially in the ankles, feet, around the eyes, foamy urine, weight gain from the fluid that is built up in the body, fatigue and appetite loss. And you can see from her face that she was tired, very tired. In allopathy, what the treatment is there, they give blood pressure medications, ACE inhibitors, diuretics, cholesterol reducing medicines, blood thinners, anticoagulants, immune system suppressing medicines, and steroids. This is plus the picture I am sharing from the net that I have got the clips. It's the same thing, the edema and lethargy, fatigue, depression. This again same nephrotic syndrome. There are primary causes and the secondary causes of the nephrotic syndrome. You can see the details. The diet restriction of the salt was restricted 1 to 2 gram per day, and water was restricted 1 liter per day. The next case 7, is the CA liver. This is 10-year-old dog diagnosed with CA liver, grade 4 stage. The main complaints were he was vomiting every day. He was referred to me by a veterinary doctor for homeopathy, and I prescribed nux vomica, arsenic, epicat, brymia, to which he beautifully responded and the vomiting stopped. Because it was a terminal case, I suggested Reiki sessions, and he responded in a very good way to the Reiki sessions also. You can very well see that he's sleeping in the lap like a small child. He slept on the Ganpati Varna. His appetite improved, and what we are giving here worked as a palliative treatment and helped him in his last days to revive. I have shared last 2 cases that I could not say because of the advanced pathology, but definitely homeopathy and Reiki helped them both. Some published, some of my published cases in the book by my patient and my uncle, Major General retired Prakash Jaira. The name of the book is My Experiences of Reiki Healing, a Natural Therapy. 3 cases were published in 2007. First case was a poor concentration, second was diagnosed CA pancreas 4th stage, and third was to reduce stress. In the end, I would not take much time. Just to summarize, we have learned today how to solve difficult cases. In a simple way, I would like you to remember three C's in three I's. Three C's means to connect, to communicate, create understanding, and three I's are to inspire, to innovate, and to improve. Dr. Kavitha is already doing, she is conducting inspirational book talks, giving us new ideas, innovating new ideas, improving everybody, and forming a team. I would like to play this small video, The Power of Touch, and it is very inspirational, motivating video for me. Hope you will like it.
I left England in '89 and I started working in the hospital in Calcutta. And those days there were no mobile phones. And we used to have a land phone line connection in operating room. And when I was in the middle of an operation, my anesthetist took a call and he told me that some patient wants me to make a house call. And I politely told him that I'm a heart surgeon. What do I do at home? And then the caller insisted that I visit the patient, saying that it might perhaps transform my life. And that patient happens to be Mother Teresa. She introduced me to the power of simplicity, power of compassion, power of love. Like one of our very famous statements, which I have in my office, is that hand which helps are holier than the lips that pray. She is a nun. Her job is supposed to pray, but she herself believes that helping other human beings is the best form to reach out to God. You see, the modern medicine has undermined the importance of touch and compassion on the face of a doctor. When a patient comes to me, he has done all the investigation. I know exactly what is happening with the patient. I don't need to put a stethoscope and listen to his heart and lungs. But I do it. I don't need to touch him. But I still do it because the power of touch is phenomenal. The moment I touch the patient, I put my hand around the shoulders. That's very reassuring. I only have 5 minutes or 10 minutes of interaction. In that period, I have to convince him to undergo an operation by which he can potentially die. He has to make a decision. He has to trust me. I have to look onto his eyes, talk to him, connect with him. And that's very important. That has larger healing power than all the surgical tools and medicines I have in this world. But unfortunately, the whole philosophy of touch, compassion, caring is gradually losing ground, which is a sad situation. I hope it gets restored.
Finally, I have concluded my session today. I would like to thank everybody for patient listening. I would like to thank the organizers for conducting the free webinar series, Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor and Mr. Manish Jain. I would like to thank personally to everybody in the KHA group, Dr. Kavitha Kukunoor ma'am, Professor Regina ma'am, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Deepak, Dr. Deepa, Dr. Jain, Dr. Girish Gupta, Dr. Yashika, Dr. Hira Agarwal, Dr. Sravani. One person I would like to thank, my mom. She used to be always there with me in my every blessing. Today also she is always there with me. I want to thank everybody for my patient listening. Thank you. You can contact us through KHS Study Group at gmail.com, the website, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can contact me on these details. I'm sharing my email and mobile number with all of you. I have completed the session. Thank you, Yashika. Thank you, everybody. Can I stop my screen share?
Thank you so much, ma'am. You can come back to the Google Chrome.
Yes, I have come. Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am, we can see you.
Thank you.
You can you see us?
Yes, yes, I can see everybody.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for such a wonderful webinar. I'm glad that we had great sessions of today. All both the sessions were so much wonderful, beautiful. I would say people were enjoying like anything. They were commenting like undoubtedly healing power of touch is paramount. From Dr. Anshu, we got a comment. Very informative webinar, appreciative results, and it was absolutely great. So thank you so much, both of you, Dr. Shravani ma'am and Dr. Poonam ma'am. So I would request by the audience to type your queries in the chat box. By the time we'll have a discussion of the review, what our organizers wants to say. Dr. Kavitha ma'am, you want to say something?
I
Um,
want, I want to say one thing. I
yes,
want to
please.
thank my patients for sharing the testimonials with me. Thank you.
It was wonderful sessions, both sessions, and very nicely presented, Dr. Poonam. And thank you for sharing the difficult cases, especially the testimonials and the proving the efficacy of Reiki and homeopathy. It is really enlightening and it is a wonderful session. And everyone thoroughly enjoyed both yours and Dr. Shravani's the holistic way of healing and how homeopathy helps. Professor Regina, would you like to add more?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Both sessions were very contentious, very interesting. I especially like the video. The audio, sometimes I had trouble understanding. But Dr. Sravani, um, you were saying about the polycrests, and do you also use nosodes yourself? Have you tried using with your patients nosodes?
Audio, Shravani.
Yes, ma'am. We use no sorts according to the case of the patient. If we require the no sort, we will be using it.
So it is successful, both of them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It was a wonderful webinar. Thank you very much. Dr. Chablani,
Um,
I have a question for you in this follow-up case of the client that had the bone surgery. Do you
Yes, yes.
think it was combined homeopathy and Reiki that brought in 6 months' time the client to dance in a party?
Yes, ma'am. It was a marvelous recovery and it was a surprising thing for the allopathic doctors also. We were not expecting, but somehow the operation was done at 12 years old, and after that, the height improved, the growth was there, and the child shared each and everything. He came, I have bought the cycle, I am dancing in the party, there is no pain every time. Now also he is reviewing. Sometimes, Didi, I am okay, I am fine. The scare was there because of the recurrence of the cyst. It can repeat again and again. The Reiki and the homeopathic help from the recurrence. And we were able to heal that case at that time. It could have affected his whole life. It was a very good decision we took together as a team.
I also want to mention that it was a good surprise having Mother Teresa
She is
on
the
the.
mother of healing.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Kavita.
Yeah, and we would hear from Dr. Sweta too, please.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I'll go with Dr. Shravani and very well explained about the holistic approach in homeopathy and very appreciative efforts, Dr. Shravani. Thanks for sharing. And about Dr. Poonam, beautiful presentation, ma'am. You are a great healer and congratulations for the successful results which you got from homeopathy and Reiki. So well done, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And one more last thing I would say, we request all the time Dr. Poonam and Jan to do the Reiki for the study group whenever there is a need. So thank you so much for the healing power, the positive nature, Dr. Poonam.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Professor Rajana ma'am, Kavitha ma'am, and Shweta ma'am, for sharing your views and your comments. I would request the audience if you have any questions, can you please type in the chat box because we still have not got any questions from the audience. That's so great that all the sessions, both the sessions were clearly explained and there are no queries from the audience. Still, I request if you still have any doubts by the time I just want to tell everybody that you will be receiving the certificate link or the Google form link for the certificate in the mail itself. Within 24 hours, the mail will be provided to you, and therein the link of certificate would be visible, would be there, and you can fill the form and generate the same as the participation form link. And also, I would like to request Dr. Kavitha ma'am to add on if she wants to add on about our upcoming webinars so we can update the audience. Ma'am?
Yes. So we have on November 8th with Dr. Raj Manchanda and Kathy Lemon speaking on the COVID-19 as well as homeoprophylaxis. And on November 15th, we have Karen Allen, which is an HMA accredited homeopathy for thyroid disorders. So that is the Eastern time, 10:30 a.m. And we will, for registration, please visit kavithahomeo.com. Thank you so much, Dr. Yashika, for giving me the opportunity to speak. And we thank Dr. Manish Jain and Dr. Yashika and entire Homeopathy 360 team for giving us this great opportunity of our webinar series, 10-day series. It is amazing and we thoroughly enjoyed and we look forward for more of it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to request you to please present a vote of thanks also for all our for all our delegates who have been there throughout our throughout the webinar series from 25th of October to today. So if you want to say something, or if Dr. Shweta ma'am wants to add something for
Yes,
the whole series as a vote of thanks,
please.
so you can say.
You
Hello.
go first, ma'am. Yes.
connectivity issue.
Yeah.
Regina ma'am, are you able to hear?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. Shweta ma'am, you want to say something? I think Dr. Kavita left the connection.
For me, this was a very wonderful collaboration between Kavita Holistic Approach and Homeopathy 360. And I have personally learned a lot, and I hope our viewers also enjoyed the same. And thank you so much, Dr. Yashika, especially you, for the hard work. And definitely Homeopathy 360 and all our speakers, respected speakers, and all our respected viewers. Thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Dr. Yashika, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. In fact, this was an opportunity for me. I must say that I could be a part of this event, and we were glad to collaborate with Ka Homeopathy Study Group. And on behalf, it's that I am lucky that I am presenting both Ka Homeopathy Study Group as well as Homeopathy 360. Yeah,
Same
I
here,
think Dr.
yes.
Kavita ma'am joined us back. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So, Kavita ma'am, you joined.
Yes, I'm
Hi.
here. Yes, hi.
Okay, so I think the connection was lost. If you want to say something, please do so.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Yashika and Manish Jain and Homeopathy 360 team and entire Ka Homeopathy Study Group team for this webinar series. And I personally thank once again Professor Regina for being all these 10 days with us with nice Gayatri mantra, her positive vibrations. She's a great resource and backend to Car Study Group. And Dr. Sweta Singh, she's the chief administrator and she makes my life easy. And Dr. Yashika, exact words, she's so sweet, prompt, and we cannot imagine without her. And Dr. Deepak Sharma, Dr. Hira Lal Agarwal, and they are my brothers, and Dr. Girish Gupta, everyone, they are so nice, and um, Dr. Yan, and everyone who has been a part of it and making this great event successful. And in case if I missed anyone, please add Dr. Sweta, anyone to acknowledge, and Dr. Poonam and Dr. Shravani, as
Dr. Sheila,
always.
everybody.
Yes, and
Dr.
everyone,
Hashim's birthday
Doc,
today.
Dr. Rajneesh Kumar, and entire past study group team, we thank sincerely and being with us patiently. And moreover, the audience, they were able to bear all these 10 days, all the things. So appreciate their patience, their views and their questions. So it's a great opportunity for us and we thoroughly enjoyed. And thank you so much, Dr. Yashika and everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your motivation words. And I have no words to express my gratitude and my thanks to the whole Ka Homeopathy Study Group and Kavita Holistic Approach. So I hope the audience enjoyed this session. For certificates, I've already informed. Still, you have any queries, you can mail me at webinar@homeopathy360.com. To join our Ka Homeopathy Study Group, you can also mail us at caststudygroup@gmail.com. You are being provided the details also about the upcoming webinars and the our website. So you are always welcomed for any queries. So I would like to thank the audience and everybody who have been associated, all the speakers, Kavita ma'am, Shweta ma'am, Regina ma'am, Shravani ma'am, Poonam ma'am for today's session. So thank you all of you, and we hope we came to the end of today's session and the series too. But yes, many more to come. So I hope we'll be nurturing this relationship in the in near future also with the Kavita Holistic Approach and Homeopathy 360. So thank you so much, and with the all your permission, can we end this session of today, ma'am? Kavita ma'am?
Sure, Dr. Yashika. And stay healthy and happy always.
Yeah, thank you so
Cheers.
much. Yes, thank you so much. And Regina ma'am, you want to add something motivational for all our delegates and everyone?
It was a wonderful learning period to all of us involved, and I express our gratitude to Homeopathy 360 through your kind hands and kind attention and encouragement, and Dr. Maniji that has helped us go through the whole webinar series. We look forward in the future to mutual uh, contribution. Thank you for this great opportunity. Namaskaram. Many
Thank you
blessings.
so much. Thank you so much. Okay, okay. See you all in the upcoming webinar on 8th of November by Dr. R.K. Manchanda sir and Kathy Lemon ma'am. And also, I want to update that Homeopathy 360 is also having a webinar on 8th of November at 3 p.m. IST. We have a webinar on national on orthopedics surgery. So we are looking over the different aspect on relating to it to homeopathy. So it will be organized on 8th of November. So if you want to register for the same, I've put the link in the chat box of the webinar. So that's a national webinar. We have speakers coming up. Dr. Padma Shri awarded Professor Dr. R.N. Singh on advancement in osteoporosis treatment, and also an MS Ortho, Dr. Ashish Singh sir on robotic surgery. Plus, we'll be having Dr. M.K. Sahani sir also on homeopathic role in orthopedic diseases and various medicines for orthopedic cases. So I request to kindly visit and also attend our webinar, both the webinars of Kavitha Holistic Approach by Dr. Manchanda sir and Dr. Kathy ma'am. So thank you everyone. Uh, Thank you so much. You can follow us on our social portals as well of Kavitha Holistic Approach as well as Homeopathy 360. And we always are glad to share this relationship with you all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yashika and
Thank you.
Manish Jain,
Thank you so
Homeopathic
much.
and 360 team. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yes.
Good night. Thank you,
Good
ma'am. Good
night.
night.
And happy Diwali in advance.
Yes.
Okay.
Have
Same
a
to
very
you.
good
Yes. So it's festival time coming up.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Thank
your day.
you.
Bye bye.
Okay, ma'am.